What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Ark Survival Evolved. Today it's going to get a little bat nasty. I think that's what we're going to do. I picked up Cheeky Beaky and brought him back with me so that I could have kind of like a flying vanguard. He's only level 6. A little bit unfortunate there, but he's almost got, I don't know, 600 HP. He seems like he does okay damage, and he's able to carry around a lot of stuff with him. So I may bring him along for this adventure since we'll be flying anyway. No, I don't want you to be aggressive. I want you to be neutral, and then I want you to be... attack my target. There we go. And so you will be coming along on this adventure. So Cheeky Beaky, make ready. Put on your adventuring pants. I had him a special pair of bird pantaloons made for his adventuring pants. Don't worry about it. It's not something that you need to be aware of. He has leveled up again, which means that I'm probably going to give him a little bit more stamina. We need to go hunt some dinos today, and so I think that my plan for the day is probably going to be fairly simple. We're going to go look for supply crates, and we're going to get as many of those as we can, hopefully getting guns and other blueprints out of those as possible. Once we've done that, we're going to go find a cave, which at this point should be populated with bats and arachnids and things like that, and we're going to try and tame ourselves at least a couple of bats. The problem that I've run into with Cheeky Beaky is that he's not fast enough to keep up with me when I fly in sprint mode, and so he falls behind, unfortunately, and I can't leave this Pteranodon undefended. That leaves him, he's very, very weak, he's incredibly fragile, and so the last thing I want to do is lose my favorite creature here, which as of right now, actually, Shiggity Schwa is by far my favorite pet. He's able to get around the land at a speed that no other creature can rival, and he allows me to accomplish things in a timely fashion, which is important, especially if you're a video creator. So anyways, let's be careful about where we put down over here because I need him to get some of his stamina back. We're watching out for purple crates for right now. That's going to be what we're looking out for today. There's a Spinosaurus in the water right there. We just want to do a quick check and make sure that there's no raptors or anything else down here. Okay, let's put down for a minute. We'll let him get his stamina back. While we're in the vicinity, what I'd like to do is I'm going to take out this dodo. There we go. Dodo's down. And then I'm going to start harvesting a little bit of meat off all of these bodies because I think the bats require meat in order to tame. I don't know if they're omnivorous or if they are carnivorous, but it didn't have anything on the wiki about taming bats. Like, it had them in the wiki, but as to what it requires in order to tame one, it didn't really say. So unfortunately, I'm flying a little bit blind here, which is actually kind of funny because we're going after bats which do indeed fly blind, so you know, at least it's thematic. It goes along with everything else that's occurring in this playthrough. I'm probably going to try and hunt a couple of dinos on my way in. Nothing too big or nothing too nasty, but things that would be able to afford me a little bit of meat along the way. I don't have my good hunting team with me, so we want to stick to killing things like parasaurs and stuff like that. That'll also help us level up all the dinosaurs that we have with us. Well, not our dinosaurs, but it'll help us level up the random characters that we have with us. So Cheeky Beaky needs to get a couple of levels. Cheeky Beaky, where are you at? Okay, well, at least he follows. He doesn't really get stuck on anything, so he's with us, which is a good thing. Let's reload the rifle very quickly. And what I'd like to do here, I don't know if Shiggity Schwa is actually available, but let me... Oh, wow, it killed it with one shot? Well, hell, I didn't expect that. I thought we were going to have to get some aid from our flying raptor friend. But anyway, let's go ahead and get some meat off this little guy. I want to get at least like 4 or 5 stacks of meat because I'm going to try and tame 2 or 3 bats at a time so that they can be trained as my killing machines. Now, I figure they're probably going to be like aerial dilophosaurs. I don't think they're going to be that useful, but... Is there another parasaur around here? There's one right there. Let me go see if I can hunt him real fast. I think I've got... How many narcotics do I have with me real fast? I don't know what I have. Let me take a look here. I've got 100 narcotics. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and put down. And in putting down, I'm going to try and put around on this parasaur right here. There we go. Headshot. It's only a level 1 parasaur, so unfortunately, probably not going to get a ton of XP or anything else out of this thing. I do like my rifle, by the way. The rifle has been really, really fantastic to use. I have enjoyed its company. There's a little bit of extra hides and a little bit of extra meat. What am I carrying with me right now? I've got 24 meats. Okay, I don't know how much this is going to take, but I can't imagine it'll actually take that much. I'm going to drink my 2 waters real fast. We'll jump back on Shiggity Schwa, and then to the north we go. I think we're going to fly off this way, and if we can make it to the mountain, I'd like to check out and see what's on top of that mountain, too. I bet there's something good up there, probably like a Tyrannosaurus or something. That's going to be the worst part. Oh man, our meat is spoiling faster than I can get around. Okay, disappointing, but can't be helped. Where I'd like to fly to is, let's get our map out very quickly, and I'd like to make it to Beta Base, and then we'll make a quick hop up to the cave that we went into first, I think. that's going to be the first destination that I go into. Now, I am a little bit disappointed by the fact that I didn't bring my pike along because I'm an idiot and I don't think about those things. I probably should have thought about it long before I got Skyborn. We've got a T-Rex down below us who is eating something. I'm not really sure what he's on about. But I see a bunch of predators running around. We got raptors over here. We should have enough time to play with, I think, where if we sit down right here... Yeah, go towards the T-Rex. That's a smart decision. We should be able to just watch the T-Rex kill stuff over here. Eventually it should die, though. We might be able to exploit this situation to our advantage. There's a whole bunch of brontosauruses over here that are getting into trouble. Let me get aerial real fast. And where is Cheeky Beaky, by the way? Did we lose him already? He gets stuck on a tree or something? I hope not. Cheeky Beaky! Meet with me! Witness me, Cheeky Beaky! Well, unfortunately, we may have lost Cheeky Beaky. Luckily, he'll probably be pretty easy to track down. I don't really need him right now, so I'm not that concerned about it. Bunch of Tyrannosaurs around here. My God, they are everywhere, aren't they? Cheeky Beaky, where the hell did you go? Cheeky Beaky, getting freaky. With the tree he's lost, Cheeky Beaky. Oh, there he is. I think he stops. That's actually a lot easier to locate than some of the other dinos. So anyways, it looks like he stops flying once he loses sight of us or something. And he just stays where he's at. So it might be a decent idea to just keep track of where we fly to. While we're here, I'm going to look out for purple crates along the way because those are important to me. And it was one of the objectives that I'm trying to accomplish. We've got a bunch of dead critters over here that we may be able to harvest. Yes, no, there's a stego in there. But if they continue to get into a fight with that Tyrannosaurus Rex, we're going to have issues getting down in here and harvesting the meat, the delicious meat and hides. So let's take you guys. I'm going to put you on stay real fast. That T-Rex is over here. I'm going to hope that I don't hit this thing when I harvest off this. It's all that I want to do, and this will actually give me more than a sufficient supply of meat. Okay, so we got that. We didn't accidentally hit any of the Brontos. Let's go back this way. I actually really prefer to snipe meat that way. Looks like we got a Parasaur over there that it killed. And actually, did the T-Rex go down? Where's that T-Rex at? Where did he go? Oh, did he disintegrate? Hold on. I just got kicked in the face by a Bronto. Getting kicked in the face by a Bronto. Pronto. Never knowing quite where your mom go. We got... Okay, so... Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get at that one over there. That one's going to be a little bit too dangerous for me. I would like to harvest some of the Brontosaurus, but I don't think we're going to be able to do so. It's raining, so I'm going to refill my supplies real fast. Let's jump up on Shiggity Schwa. Hey, Shiggity, we need to get out of here, dude. T-Rexes, yeah? Alright, so let's get out of here. I'm going to grab Cheeky Beaky. Come along, Cheeky Beaky. And I think the cave that we want is going to be up in this vicinity. The downside to this is that there are a lot of raptors up and in here. So my only real hope defensively is that Cheeky Beaky can hold off raptors. I'm a little bit skeptical about that proposition. I don't think that he can do it. We got to sit and wait for him a little while too. The game looks so much different, like from up above. It actually seems so much more overwhelming when you're on the ground, but when you're up above it, it's not so bad. Cheeky Beaky, you still with me, buddy? We're going out bat taming today, and so I'm going to use my bat meat and my bat trank to see if I can get myself some bat pets. And the place that we're going for, am I off to the right? I am. So we got to go this way, I think, onto the opposite side of this mountain. Still, we can go up and over. It is an option that's open and available to us. I would be careful landing in this region because there are a lot of panthers and things around. And Cheeky Beaky has not leveled up enough yet to be able to hold his own against panthers, so watch out. I will probably... Yeah, it looks like we actually got a couple of panthers running down the hill over there. Smartest idea would be to set down like right here because I don't see anything. And then I'm going to run over and try and grab some of this metal while I wait. And hopefully there's no raptors or anything else around the corner. Alright, so I need a little bit of metal too. I forgot to bring that. Although I could get this from the cave. I guess I could get metal from the cave. I'll probably try and do that. Still, we need it. It can go in our inventory, so hooray for us! A marketable afternoon grabbing things that we desire for later industry. Mostly just making bullets, actually. That's all that I'm thinking about right now. Wow, 32 metal off that one. Okay, good. They're going to stay up top because I think they're actually following Shiggity Schwa right now. They're not actually following me. The other reason that I brought Cheeky Beaky along is that he can hold more weight. And so he actually does pretty well as a cargo ferry, or we can actually throw all the stuff that I harvest in here onto his back and just sort of hope that it works out. His food allotment is still pretty far down. Let's throw a couple of those on him just in case. Let him feed himself. I think we got 2 stacks of 20 meat right now. That should be enough. Down in the caves, there are things to kill too, so if we end up having to fight anything, we should be able to get excess meat from bats and stuff like that. So yeah, there's your saber cats right there being kind of glitchy up on the hillside. I would like to capture a mammoth pretty soon. I would love to get a mammoth. One of my favorite things actually back in the day when I played Age of Conan and was riding around on like rhinos and mammoths and shit like that. I do like mammoths a lot. Let's not go that way because there's a bunch of airborne eagles who could probably harm us pretty badly. I'd like to capture a few more eagles too so that I have like a real flight squadron that can go out with me. But given our capabilities right now, it might be a risk that I'm not willing to undertake. See here, I think the cave is off on this side. I'm going to leave all of my pets outside just to make sure that they don't get stuck. It's also going to be a little bit difficult to extract the bats from over here, so they tend to get stuck and fall through the world as well. Luckily they fly, and I can use a no clip hack if I wanted to get them out of there, but I prefer not to do it that way. I don't know. I've had to do it a few times in the stream, and I've had to use cheats in the streams a couple times now to fix things. Like one time we fell through the world. I had to use Ghost to get us out. I had to use God mode to fix something one time because I was stuck in the world with things hitting me. And it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta fix things that the game broke. Cheeky Beaky, are you even with me right now? Okay, so Cheeky Beaky's right there. Let's grab... let's get the metal veins that are down in the cave. I know for a fact that there were bats in here last time. I'm actually going to turn off the recording for a second because it always turns off my recording when I go into caves anyways. It does this weird chug thing that disables my recording, so... Alright, so chug accomplished. Let's see what we got. Sometimes the bats don't spawn, sometimes they do, so I may need to reset my game very quickly in order to get them to spawn. They're sometimes weird. I don't know. I can show you guys what I mean by that. If I use a no-clip cheat and we go through the floor, sometimes the monsters spawn in underneath the floor, and it's a weird situation. It's not one that yeah, the bats didn't spawn for whatever reason. So I think that because their memory allocation didn't allow them to spawn, what I'm going to do is, let me go ahead and reset the game real fast. I'm going to go back up to the surface and we'll reset it and we'll see if maybe we can get the bats to spawn in. I don't know. The caves are really, really buggy right now, but I wanted to have a couple pet bats because they're small, they're fast, and they seem like they can get the job done. Anyways. Okay, ladies and gents, there's apparently nothing inside our cave. I tried everything to get stuff to spawn inside of there, but it appears to be bugged right now. I don't know. Our cave isn't spawning anything. It's supposed to, after you pick up the clever relic or whatever, spawn a whole bunch of monsters in. And I think there's supposed to be snakes and bats in there. And the last time I played the game, there were snakes and bats and all kinds of shit in there. Now it's completely empty, so I assume it's bugged and they clipped through the floor or something like that. I don't really know how to fix that. It's not something that I am accustomed to, but it appears to be broke, so... ain't no point banging my head against it. It's been about 40 minutes since I stopped recording, and I've been resetting the game over and over again. I went down and I tried to pick up the relic to get things to spawn. Just nothing worked. Other people have said that what happened to them is that the mobs actually spawned in the wrong area. So if I fly off to the north a little ways, you'll actually find bats and spiders and stuff like that, but I don't think that's true. I don't know. They may have experienced that, but I don't see anything out here. I've looked around for quite a little bit as well, so... the thing that I would recommend for right now is that since we don't have the ability to get any bats or whatever, I would suggest momentarily that maybe we think about... ooh, there's a red crate over there. What level is red crate for? Is red crate for me, or is that purple and it's just being offset by the color of the sky or whatever? I don't know. Let's go look at it real fast. Maybe we'll get something out of it. Got a whole bunch of eagles on this side, so instead it might be a better idea to maybe go after a mammoth. I don't have any food to feed the mammoth, though, which is why I would worry about that plan. Cheeky Beaky, you still with me, bud? Alright, let me go ahead and I'm going to perch these guys up on the mountain somewhere and see if maybe I can solve some of my problems here. We got to do something in this episode. We got to do something. We can't just waste our time. I don't think I'm high enough level to pick up the red, but there's a purple over there. Let's go after that purple. Let's see what's on it. I'm going to land my Pteranodon over here, my Pterodon, or whatever the hell. There we go. Shiggity Schwa is all down and hanging out. I'm hoping that Shiggity doesn't get himself into trouble. Got a bunch of mammoths down there. That's probably what I'm going to do with the next episode, is maybe we'll go try and take down a mammoth or something like that, or maybe I'll do it in the stream. I don't know. I try and save things like that just because they take so long and they're very, very time consuming. It's unfortunate what happened with the cave, because when I set out, every time I try and set up like an objective in this game, I find that whatever it is broken, or I can't get it to spawn or work like it's supposed to, and so it's disappointing to me. It really sincerely is. I find myself frustrated with this game a lot of the time because of the little like bugs you come across while you play. Hopefully we'll still be able to get something interesting done today. If not, it's gonna suck. So let's go... Nah, who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? There's some raptors down there. I don't think I've ever been to this part of the map before, and it's not letting me use my zoom. It's maybe, how much stam do I have left? Cheeky Beaky, you still with me? Okay, so we got a couple more Cheeky Beakies up there. Got a tiger right there. Let's sit down somewhere sort of safe. Oh, hell. Well, I'm gonna try and knock it out and kill it, since I missed on my first shot. There you go, Cheeky Beaky. Get him, Cheeky Beaky. Get him. Another one on him right there. He should fall asleep pretty shortly. Cheeky Beaky going in for the dive bomb. Got him right in the eye with the arrow. There it is. And so we killed off a saber-tooth. That's always what you have to be worried about when you're out with a team that's not necessarily equipped to wipe out enemies. Let's see here. Why do you have 3 testicles? What's going on there, man? You got like a Triforce of testicular thing going on. It'd be even weirder if you were female. I don't know. I'm just not going to look anymore. Let's harvest this thing. Ow, shit. What are you doing? Ah! What is going on? I have no clue what is going on. Ah, hell. Alright, so let's see if we can help out. Got him. I love this gun, by the way. This gun is the stuff. Like, every time I get myself into trouble, this gun bails me out. We killed off an Argentavis right there. See if we can get some meat off of him, because we could use it in the future. Assuming that we find another cave or whatever. I'm going to need you guys to come down here, so if you could land for me, Plix, that would be great. We're going to go back, and I'm going to try anyways. Oh, hell, that didn't work. I was trying to jump on him, and there we go. You can mid-air ride him sometimes. Like, when he flies by, if you time it right, you can actually attach to him and ride him in mid-air, and so it's pretty cool. Let's go for this purple crate up here and see what we can get out of it. There's a bunch of stuff that's in the purple tier that I haven't bought yet, and so this may be a good opportunity to get ourselves some freebies. And who doesn't like a freebie every now and again? That's my rule. If it's there, it's mine. Cheeky Beaky, you did a good job there, bud. I'm glad that you were able to handle that Argentavis, especially since they're a little bit terrifying. The gun helps out a little bit. We got a couple of Ankylosauruses down there, too. I may go after one of them. We'll see what happens. Let's get up in here for now. And then Ankylosaurus, though, we're kind of far away from home. If I tamed one over here, that might be kind of a logistical failure on my part. Let me jump off real quick. And let's see if maybe we can make friends with this thing over here. Give it a little crystal cuddle. Got both my birds still with me. What have we got? We got a Pteranodon saddle and a dinosaur gateway. Okay, so it's just 2 blueprints. I mean, it's better than nothing, so I'll take them. Have either of you guys leveled up from the conflict we've been partaking in? Oh, didn't work that time. There we go. Got him. I don't know if either of these guys leveled up, but I would like to take a look. So I edited out a couple of episodes. I got rid of them entirely because I felt like we didn't really accomplish anything. And so what I wanted to do while we were out here is maybe check one of those locations that I abandoned. Out on that little spit of land right there, it said that there was a cave, and I looked around for a couple of hours and couldn't find it. I just, like, circled around, but I didn't have a flying mount with me. And so I'm beginning to wonder, what is that right there? I thought that was a griffin for a second. I was like, oh shit, there's griffins in this game. That is horrifying. Cheeky Beaky, come down here with me. We are in a very dangerous area, and I need you to back me on up. I think that the place that I wanted... I can't look at my map right now. We're going to have to sit down so I can fix my perspective. It's broken again. Over on this side, it looks like we got a raptor attacking a triceratops. Probably not a winning proposition to sit down right there. This looks safe over here, though. None of these herbivores look like they're running away, so this looks safe. Let's sit down right here, and that'll give Cheeky Beaky a minute. I'm sorry, that'll give Shiggity a second to get his stamina back. Jump off. It looks like the closest predator's up there fighting with a mammoth, so I can accept that. Cheeky Beaky's coming in for a flight. Shiggity Schwa just took a dump because sometimes you gotta drop a deuce. Let's jump back on. And actually, I needed to fix my perspective. That's what it was. Okay, so we've got the perspective fixed. We should be able to jump back on our mount now. Let's do an about face. I'm going to whip out my map very quickly. And while we're up in the sky, oh wow, we're way off. Okay, so I needed to go, well, we can go to the northeast. There's an island out here that I think has a cave on it. I think there's a cave out here somewhere. I'll also keep an eye down on that area because it looks like we might have something down in there. Anytime you've got mountainous terrain, I found that the birds are so much better for scouting caves than just doing it on land. If you can get a bird's eye view of some of the topography, it'll save you a lot of trouble. Cheeky Beaky's coming back up in here. It looks like we've got tigers fighting with eagles down in there. This game is just like a screenshot paradise right now. This place is a screenshot orgy of like cool shit happening. I can't tell you how many times I've just come across like a super badass battle with like Tyrannosaurs fighting mammoths, fighting eagles, fighting snakes, and you're just like, oh, this is so awesome. If only real life was so interesting. I mean, technically it is. You just don't see the things hunting and killing each other. Jump off Shiggity's back right here. We'll give Cheeky a second to jump back in. He should regenerate shortly. Although he is running out of food, I will add. And so it might be a good plan to throw some extra meat up on our mount. There we go. Meat's on the mount. I think what we'll try and do now is out this way there should be something. I don't know. Let me look real fast. I don't see anything just yet. Every time I go cave hunting, though, it ends up being just like a waste of my time. It ends up being a waste of my time. We've got to have something around here somewhere. Actually, the next cave, I think, is up in the top corner of the map. We don't really have a choice here. We haven't traveled that much distance. I thought that we had, but we haven't. Why am I turned around right now? That doesn't seem right. Which direction am I flying? There we go. Got to keep myself bearing this way. We've also got a purple supply crate over there, so I'll probably try and go in after that. I should probably put down on one of these little mesas right here. Kitten? No, not right now, buddy. There we go. Got to get him off the desk real fast. The joys of owning a pet that does not respect a thing that you say because it hasn't learned that you are the leader just yet. Oh, wow. There's a lot of metal up here, isn't there? I feel as though I would be a fool to not exploit this resource. So let's do it. I think all we're going to get out of this, though, is stone. Lovely. I wonder if it goes tap by tap. Like, every time you hit it, it rolls whether or not you get meat or stone. Or if there's a prescribed amount inside of each node that you just get regardless. I don't want to hit any of my own pets here, but they are flying around all over the place. I'm going to try and aim at the ground to avoid hitting them. All this stuff is going to go on Cheeky Beaky, and then we'll try and run out. There's an island to the northeast that I want to check out. Cheeky Beaky, I'm going to need you to do me a favor, Chief. Take these, and take these. Did you get your stam back yet? Okay, you got your stam back. Cool. Just like Stella's Groove, that stam is back. Jump onto here, and let's see if we can make the flight. I think we should be able to go... Well, there's a bunch of caves that we need to explore, but there's one up in the northeast corner, so maybe I'll head out there. Why am I not? I need a compass or something. This shit is starting to get on my nerves where, like, my directionality is never correct, like, ever. There we go. So that big mountain is on our left. So if we keep it on our left, that should be a northeast trajectory. No kitten. Repeating the same activity over and over and over again does not mean that you get to do the thing that you were trying to do the third or fourth time around. You will get the exact same result out, I promise. It looks like we got some islands over there. It's so bright over here, too. Can't see for damn what I'm doing. Let me come back in with a cut once we get out to that island. So there it is. We finally made it to our island. I don't know if we're going to have time in this episode to explore anything, but unfortunately, due to an unforeseen bug with that last cave, I can't seem to get any of the monsters to spawn in, so we may have to, like, wait and see. Ooh, there's a red megalodon right there. That's kind of cool. That's sort of badass. I don't think I've ever seen a red one before. Cool. Everybody knows the red ones goes faster. Everybody knows that. I mean, that's like rule number one. All you kids, make the red ones goes faster. This island appears to be quite dangerous. And not what I expected. There's Argentavis everywhere. Let's play this one safe for a minute. We're going to circle around the outside. I don't actually see a landing zone that I would prefer. All of these are sketchy. You've also got Carnitars in there. This island's looking pretty dangerous, actually. I may be outclassed for right now. I may be outclassed. Let's get you a little bit more energy. I don't think Cheeky Beaky can handle everything that's in here. He doesn't have enough HP yet. He's only got 604. If he had like 1,500 or something, I'd trust him a little bit better, but... Is it hot out here? Let me go ahead and refill all of my containers, too, so that we have the water we need in order to continue exploring. We're cold and we should find some warmth. Well, the birds killed off the Carnotaurs, so good for them. I'm going to go around a little bit wide here. And since he can't strafe while flying, I think the issue we're going to have with this island is that there's too many things roaming around. And they are all carnivorous. Like, seriously, this entire island is just like dangerous mobs trying to kill us. So, regardless of where there's a cave... Unless I can plant my critters down somewhere safe, I don't feel good about leaving them outside. Like, this is actually one of the highest populations of nasty animals I've ever seen. Wow, look how many scorpions and things there are. Jesus. And they all don't kill each other either. That's the worst part, is because they're all carnivorous, they don't prey upon each other. I think our cave entrance is going to be right there. You see it? I think it's inside of those. But realistically, our options for getting this done... If I had the nasty crew with me, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. But from where we're at right now, I mean, we'd have to considerably clear out a landing zone before this even has a chance of working. So I'm going to sit her down right here, and I'm going to play around for a minute, maybe shoot some stuff, and see if possibly there's a way I can get myself to land here safely. Because if it stays as dangerous as it is right now... I don't trust it. So, yeah. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Ark Survival Evolved. All I can do is hope Cheeky Beaky gets me out of this one. There we go. Sabertooth's down. I'll see y'all next time. Hi to everybody.